I'm 12 years old. I'm in 7th grade. And I am bittersweet at this moment. My sister just got into Duke Ellington, one of the greatest performing arts school in DC. And although I'm very happy for her, my mother told me that we have to move back to our old neighborhood that we escaped from. We lived in Southeast DC, and it was one of the worst neighborhoods in DC. We had finally moved to a nice high-rise in Rockville, Maryland. It was a huge apartment, it had nice space, 2 bathrooms, a pool, a gym I never used, but I loved it. Even the lobby was like a hotel. The furniture was nice, and there was lovely artwork. And now we're back in this hideous apartment. I felt like I was in a box, trapped in a box, actually. And it was dim. I felt invisible because no one ever asked me how I felt about this move. And I kind of understood, and that's why I didn't use my voice to even speak up. I said, okay, since we're going to be in this box, first let me explain what the box looked like. It was an outdated kitchen. The floors were old. We had radiators, y'all. Radiators, no AC. And it was just hideous. I thought day in and day night out how I can change this apartment. Maybe if we painted the walls, added some drapery, maybe some new furniture, it'll look great. Of course, I didn't ask my mother if we could do these things because I know she didn't have a lot of money. But I thought, maybe if I change her room around and start there, she'll love it and give me the opportunity to decorate the entire apartment. All right, so she went to work one day and I got to work. I went into her bedroom and I already saw the problems. It was a bit messy, it was small. She had that nice furniture from the luxury apartment in this small room. She barely had any space to walk around. So I knew how I could fix this problem. I was a skinny little girl, but I always, when I wanted something done, I'm going to get it done. Her armoire was about 2 or 3 times my size, but I took my little arms and I pushed the armoire over to the corner. It took me a minute. I stepped back. I felt powerful. My little arms were strong enough to push the armoire over to the corner. So I kept going. It looked good. So then I moved the bed. Now, I would have moved the bed with my arms, but my arms were too small. So I got on the ground, on my back, and pushed the bed over with my legs. See, I figured it's a little dim in her room, and if the bed was over by the window, she can get some sunlight. I always help her out, right? All right, so the bed is moved, the armoire is over, she has space, and I just kind of straightened up for her, and I thought one more thing that she really, really needed. Her bed, she had like a gray comforter. That just wouldn't do. I went to her closet, and I saw that she had a colorful comforter. It would set the mood, the tone in the room. So I made her bed with that comforter. I took some Febreze, I sprayed her room. Now I'm getting that hotel feel. I looked at the time, it's about 6:45, she should be coming home now. I ran to the living room, and I looked out the window. She's on her way home. She's coming up the steps. I get excited. I run to my room because I'm going to pretend like I'm doing my homework, like I never moved at all. She comes in, and my mom's name is Joy. And I will say she's usually in a good mood. She comes home, she sees me doing my homework. She's probably happy to see that. She said, hey, baby, how you doing? Did you have a good day? Yes, Mom, I had a great day. She leaves my room. She walks down the hall. She opens her door. It's time, y'all. She's going to be so happy. She opens the door, and I hear her yell, Krystal, come here now. Wait, that's not the Krystal yell that I wanted to hear. She sounds really angry. I go in, and y'all, joy was not so joyful at this moment. Her face was red, and she was angry, and she just started yelling, what did you do? Who told you you can do these things? This furniture is too big. You could have hurt yourself. You could have broke something. I hear her, and that sounds like, she's concerned, but what about this masterpiece I just created for you? Do you not see this? So I got in trouble, and I was punished, and I couldn't watch TV for the rest of the week. But I went to my room that night, and all I could think of is like, I came in with intentions to, one, get my vision out. And I was so proud of myself. And I also wanted to make her happy. But my efforts did not do that. And so I decided that I would not share my gifts with anyone. And then I also thought one other thing that was really a mind-blowing thing. Y'all, I think my mother's a hater. And I also think parents are haters. I know I joke about my mom. She loves me. She's very encouraging. She's always there for me. But that moment reminded me of how my life has been. I've always lived in the shadows. I always looked out for how people reacted to my vision and to my ideas and how I spoke and how I showed up. And every time I would get a small inkling that I wasn't being accepted, I always shied back into the shadows. It wasn't until I had my daughter, Amira, that I started to create again. We moved into a new home. I purchased my first house. And we were both excited about this. We go into the house. It's a clean slate. We had a 3-bedroom home just for she and I, 3 bedrooms upstairs, a basement, and we had so many rooms that we could decorate. And I immediately thought back to that luxury apartment, and it made me feel good. I felt like I had an opportunity to start creating again. And then I looked at my daughter, and I remembered that little girl in the box apartment. And I just thought, what if she had the opportunity to make decisions? My daughter, I didn't even have to give her permission. She did not even ask. She went upstairs, she picked her room out. She picked out her color for her wall. We put up her wallpaper together. It was amazing to see how confident she was and how much she lit up, being able to do these things, being able to make decisions, making her own bed, picking out her own items. And she inspired me. Her confidence and everything about her made me feel like I needed to get back outside of my box. I'm Krystal Robinson, and I'm the creator of A Miracle Designs. A Miracle Designs is a kids' interior design company that is led by kids. They get the chance to decorate. They get input on all the items that they that's put into their room. They have a voice. We provide them space, tools, and empowerment to design their own dream rooms. I wanted you to think back a moment when you were a kid and you were really excited about something. Maybe you drew a picture, maybe you learned how to ride a bike one day, or just maybe you had a great idea and you wanted to tell your teacher, a friend, a parent, and you weren't met with that same excitement from that person. Maybe they shut you out, or maybe they ignored you. And I want you to think today of how that made you feel. And I want to encourage you that when a kid comes to you with excitement and happiness and joy that they created just a simple picture, to meet them with that same childlike energy. Humble yourselves and show them that you care, listen to them, and give them that excitement back. And lastly, I ask you to please, unlike what my mama did, don't hate, let kids create.